Then turn right onto Finkel Street. In half a mile, turn left onto Southfield Freeway Frontage Road. Onto Southfield Freeway Frontage Road, then keep left. To merge onto M39 North. In 3.7 miles, take exit 16 on the left to merge onto M10 North toward I-696 West. I can see the case for wanting to go in all defense, but there might not be a defensive player that grades nearly as high as some offensive player that's on the board at the same time. So I just don't force that. I just don't force the all-defense draft. concerns that may get in the way.
Yeah.
I love Reuben Foster.
Probably not going to stop me from drafting him, but nonetheless, there are questions. Last year, there weren't many questions about Chase Young. You know, we were dreaming. We were dreaming that he could fall to us at 3, right? That didn't happen. Missed it by a bit.
Use the left lane to take
exit 16 on the left to merge onto
M10 north toward
I would say yes, but there's none that it feels like you better use the 7th pick on him or you get no crack at him. You know, there's probably a great pass rusher in this draft.
Not going to take Gregory Rousseau at 7. I wouldn't.
No.
He's thought of as being the top pass rusher in the draft. More like a middle of the first round kind of guy, which, look, is a reason why you would want to trade back. There are lots of guys in that 10 to 20 range in the draft that projected a 10 to 20 range that I think you'd be very happy if you ended up with, because, of course, you'd get draft capital in addition to for trading back to that point. I mean, you know, Christian Barmore is not thought of as a top 10 pick, but boy, would he look good on the Lions' defensive line. Same thing with Rousseau as the edge rusher. Same thing with, you know, Wilson Cornwall from Notre Dame as a sideline to sideline linebacker. There's defensive backs that you would like to have. And all these are positions.
In 5.7 miles, turn right onto Inkster Road.
The answer to the question, by the way, according to our guy Paul Serra, is producing today, 2012. Last time there was not a pass rusher taken in the top 10. Let's go to Tommy out of Cellular next year, 97. Hi, Tommy.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Great, thank you.
Well, talking about point 8, you want to go about the most epic moment of the show, and nobody mentioned the most epic moment. I'm done with you guys speaking. There's a very epic moment in your guys' show. I know I mentioned this a long time ago. The day Detroit and Don found out David Martin was the best thing in radio in my life. It's just awesome. I remember Martin calling in and stuff like, Martin, you're saying exact opposite you said last week, or something like that. It was just great. But,
so, for people who don't know the story, we'll give you your time here, Tommy. We had a Martin that had a very distinct accent, and he absolutely loved everything about the Lions. And then the guy called back, Martin called back, and started telling us how bad the Lions were, and he hated everything about them, how they'd always be losers. Like, we just said the opposite, because we could recognize Martin's not a name of a guy we get, you know, we don't get a lot of Martins calling the show, and especially ones with distinct accents. We discovered that there was a Chaldean Martin and an Albanian Martin, and they had the exact opposite thoughts. And when we got them both on the air together, Tommy, I pushed back from the desk, and they talked between themselves for 5 minutes. And if we ever hold like a station Lions Super Bowl watching party, work with us here, it's a theory. If we ever have a Lions Super Bowl watching party, the Martins will be there. We have to get them.
the Martin should be kept everything. That'd be great. But my point was this. As far as I'm calling it conflict with draft. And with this regime really does like Jared Goff, I would not be surprised if they draft an offensive weapon to help Goff along. And like I said, Kyle Pitts or wide receiver or something like that. And franchise Galladay. And, you know, I would not be surprised if that happened. I really want to draft a quarterback.
I would be very surprised if they franchised Galladay and took a wide receiver at 7. I would be stunned.
What about Kyle Pitts tight end?
Well, let me put it to you like this, Tommy. I think you are absolutely correct. And this organization likes Jared Goff as a possible long-term solution at quarterback, more so than we realize, more so than we talk about, and more so than we even care to think about. But with that said, I think they want to set him up to have success. So either franchising Galladay, which seems unlikely because of the cost of the cap situation, or taking a receiver or a weapon at 7.
Stay in the right 3 lanes.
Really important. Really.
Well, we don't know how this regime evaluates the actual talent on the defense, too. I mean, they think there's talent on the defense,
Well, they've said it without being too effusive in praise of it. I mean, they've said some things about Jerry Davis and Puma, but it hasn't been too clever. Maybe these guys can be used in the wrong way, and they can be coached up. I'm encouraged by the staff. I think the staff can get more out of the players than here. I will tell you this, Doug. I think it would be a real signal about how this team feels about Jared Goff and the restructuring deal. I know it may seem like duh, but honestly, because they're so against it with the cap, if they're looking to clear cap space, the way they can do it is restructure somebody's deal. If they restructure Jared Goff's deal, and you can spread money out over years, you would have to spread it out over the duration of what his deal is, which is a 4-year deal. And those last 2 years on it aren't guaranteed. So now you're going to guarantee those. It's one way to get yourself more cap space, but it also means that you're committed to the quarterback. So it'll tell you all you need to know.
All right, Mike and Rico coming up at 2 o'clock. Carson Anderson continues, 97.1.
I have great news for all the 97.1 listeners that have been self-conscious about their hair loss over the last 3 months. Michigan's #1 hair restoration specialist, Dr. Berkowitz from Michigan Hair Restoration, is now accepting in-person appointments. And in case you haven't seen his social videos, Dr. B is taking extreme precautions to make the office clean and safe. The office is cleaned several times per day, including fogging, and all staff and patients will be required to wear masks. The reception area will remain closed so you can stay safe in your car until your appointment begins. Additionally, if you mention 97.1 when you call, Dr. Berkowitz is going to give you 0% financing on your hair restoration procedure. If you need a refresher on Dr. B's one-of-a-kind NeoGraft transplant, you can also download his complimentary book, No Hair Anytime, at MichiganHairRestoration.com. Remember, Dr. Berkowitz is one of the most recognized experts in the country on hair restoration. For more information or to schedule your in-person appointment with Dr. B, go to MichiganHairRestoration.com. That's MichiganHairRestoration.com. This Radio.com Sports Minute is brought to you by Northville Lumber.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Radio.com Sports Minute. Kyrie Irving and others want to change the NBA logo to Kobe Bryant. If you don't know, the logo is currently Jerry West's silhouette. Quite frankly, I haven't considered changing the logo until now, and I assume most of you haven't either. There's no reason it shouldn't be West anymore, but he has been saying for years that he wouldn't mind losing the honor, so there's no need to defend him here. The question is, if you're changing the logo, should you be changing it to Kobe? Kyrie is definitely right when he says the NBA was built on the back of black kings, and I understand the desire to honor Kobe as much as possible. But there's no Kobe without Jordan, and there's no MJ without Magic. So who's the right choice? Which is one of the reasons why I think Kyrie might lose this fight. I'm Andrew Bogish.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, with today's low rates, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. With a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you could consolidate and pay off high-interest debt, tackle home improvements that could add value to your home, or even set aside cash for your child's future education. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this. What can give you the technology to refinance easily and save money? Rocket can. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers keep you up to date with what's happening in the D. This week, Southfield's Pose Experience has Instagram-ready sets for all your selfie needs. For more stories like these, head over to ChevyDetroit.com.
And the throughways try to map you, baby. I got your back.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers have got your back and are ready to put you in the driver's seat with the Chevy Blazer. Blazer is the mid-size SUV you've been looking for. Its bold design and athletic stance will turn heads wherever you go. Its roomy interior offers seating for up to 5 passengers. Plus, the cargo management system keeps everything in its place. Chevy Blazer, it's one tough beauty. Hurry into your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and lease a 2021 Blazer 2LT front-wheel drive for just $219 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. Leases for a 2021 Blazer 2LT front-wheel drive for 24 months, 10,000 miles per year. For well-qualified customers with a GM lease in the household. $11.59 due at lease signing after all offers plus title tax and dock fees. No security deposit. Program subject to change without notice and certain restrictions may apply. See participating dealer for
Chevrolet is back, selling the hottest vehicles in town. Gordon Chevrolet. When you pick
At
out
the
the
stop
vehicle you would
sign,
love to drive,
turn
you'll
left
see the
onto
worksheet
West
with
14
18
Mile
different
Road,
purchase and lease
then
payments
turn
for
right
you to
onto
choose
Inkster
from.
Road.
And do this from the comfort of our outdoor showroom with covered patio seating. Pull ahead your lease and take advantage of 0% interest for up to 84 months or sign and drive lease programs. End of the month deals are
At
here.
the light,
Open
turn
special
right
hours
onto
this
Inkster
Saturday
Road.
9 to 3 at Gordon Chevrolet on Ford Road just west of Merriman and Garden City. Gordon Chevrolet.
Find new roads. 97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging
In
rates
1.9
apply.
miles, arrive at Inkster Road.
Doug Carr, Scott Anderson, 97 on The Ticket. Feedback coming in, Tim and Brighton. Don't force it. Don't reach. Just draft the players you believe will be all pro, regardless of position. It's a rebuild. No position is safe. Tim's more right than wrong. I mean, look, I remember when the Lions were 0-16. And I made the comment, it's going to be easy to have a huge improvement next year and win like 3-4 games. And it's probably going to be also easy to get to 6 or 7 wins. When you are really bad, they're bad. They got rid of arguably their best player. And so they're worse than they were last year right now on paper. And they're probably going to lose Galladay. So they're even worse than I was even stating than they are on paper right now than they were last year. You kind of need everything. So anything you do in the draft, any position is available to you just about when you're picking at 7, when you're picking in the 2nd round, when you're picking in the 3rd round. You got all these possibilities, all kinds of directions you can go. Any good free agent that wants to come to you, you can
In
sign.
1 mile, arrive at Inkster Road.
Because you need it. What happens is when you get to be like mediocre and you need specifically a linebacker or you need specifically a safety or specifically a tight end, you got to then go find and hope that the resources you have allow you to fill the need, right? I mean, so it's easy to go from awful to bad, bad to mediocre. And they're in the probably kind of in the awful category right now, really bad. And so I kind of agree here with our guy Tim, who just sent this text in. Yeah. Yep. Kind of just take the best player available, and it's not a mistake.
No, not in this case. It wouldn't be a mistake at all. That's why I say any position is open game right now, with the exception of tight end and maybe running back in the 1st round. You can make a case to take either of those too, based on the players that are there. But I wouldn't do it because I think this town would blow up if they took a tight end in the 1st round. But Kyle Pitts is not a typical tight end. He's a receiver.
From Stephen Belleville, tell me why Mac Jones is not getting any more talk after the year he had. He's a great runner. He's not a great runner, but he can scramble. Just wondering. Steve, we've talked about him probably more than most. He had a better stat line than Tua and had less weapons to work with than Tua. And I think one of the reasons is I don't think he's quite as accurate as Tua, but he's pretty accurate, and he's not nearly as mobile as Tua. But I like Mac Jones.
I'm very intrigued by Mac Jones, and I like him more than most. And I was very intrigued by what he was going to do this past football season when he was given full reins to be the starting quarterback, because in a backup capacity, a mop-up job, he did just fine at Alabama. Well, how was he going to be as a starting quarterback? He had to earn and win the starting job, and he did. He didn't miss a beat. He was awesome, but he's not mobile. That's a big knock. And the other knock is that he doesn't have the arm strength that some of the other quarterbacks have, but he throws guys open. And some people say it's, well, look, he's playing with all these professionals, and they use that as a negative. I use it as a positive. And I would say that's right. He's throwing to professionals, and he's throwing it really well to professionals. So when he gets to the next level, he's already adjusted to really good players because he's been playing with great players during his duration in Alabama. I like Mac Jones a lot. I don't think I could take him at 7, but if I could trade back, would I consider him? I would.
I bet his teammates went to his birthday party. And I also like something about him, Gator, that is, again, one of these unmeasurables. There's something about a guy that came in the same recruiting class as Tua, clearly was behind Tua on the depth chart, and stayed and battled and worked and waited his turn, capitalized when he got the opportunity. I think it speaks a little bit to his heart. And, if you're looking for ways to measure a player or try and find evidence that they have what's in the chest or between the ears or whatever it is, you're looking for signs of that. And I think Mac Jones might have that immeasurable. I respect that. I respect that he did that. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be a great quarterback. It's just another thing I put in the file on Mac Jones is this guy waited his turn, didn't give up, kept battling, and sometimes it's indicative of a little something that you got that is hard to measure. Because oftentimes it's cited that Tom Brady was 7th on the depth chart, walked into Lloyd's office and told him why he should be starting and how he was going to prove him wrong, but he wasn't going to leave. And, when you hear about the competitiveness of Tom Brady, it clearly is something that makes him a better quarterback, right? So, I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, okay? But I'm just saying he's got this intangible that is something I respect.
Yeah, I like Mac Jones a lot.
Tiger Baseball. By the way, the games this weekend, not on television. They're not on TV. So the only way you can hear.
So how am I going to find out what happens, Doug?
You're going to listen to 97 with a ticket at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
You're damn right.
Dan Dickerson on the call from down in Lakeland. Jim Price as the Tigers take out Philadelphia in their first spring training game of the year. And a lot of the games are on the AM side, 1270. Remember that place, 1270? But yeah, you can listen to it on 97.1 The Ticket starting on Sunday. 248-539-9797. George is in Davidson and next. Hi, George.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, just a quick question. Why do you think it is that, and I don't know if it's just Detroit, but why do we use the, hey, we're rebuilding as a kind of get-out-of-jail-free card? I mean, you look at the Patriots, Green Bay, Steelers, good organizations that have good, solid coaches and good regimes. They don't sit and just wait for something, a rebuild, where, hey, we got to restart. The Lions, they're not out of games by that much, but why is that? And we say, well, we got to...
I would say this, there's no get-out-of-jail-free card on it, and you answered your own question by saying those are good regimes. They're good regimes.
And I want the staff to be patient. I want this group to be patient and kind of build for the long haul, not for the quick fix.
Well, yeah, I guess I get that a little bit, but every year we're competitive. We're not just blown out where, we have this, remedial team that can't compete. We compete.
That's the NFL,
man. Right, exactly.
Oh, but that's the league. The league is ultra competitive. It's not easy to win games on Sundays. And you're asking the question, why haven't the Lions been able to do it? Because they've had the wrong people in place. They haven't had the right regime yet. They haven't had the right GM. They haven't had the right head coach. Best head coach they've had in our lifetime record-wise was Jim Caldwell. And they wanted to raise the bar higher than what he was able to achieve. I didn't disagree with it. I totally agreed with it. And they went out and got the wrong guys.
Okay.
This looks like this could be different.
As we wrap up the program, we welcome in Mike Valenti. And I want to ask you, too, your opinion of Rico when he gets in here. Did you see the Michigan State football helmet that got unveiled today?
Yeah, I've had it sent to me by, every person in my life. Okay. Yes.
I want your thoughts.
Oh, I'm in. I like it.
I haven't seen it. What are you talking about?
It's pretty awesome. I wish the state were a little bigger.
It's a white football helmet with a script state. I hated the stupid Christmas tree ornament helmets, but this is a phenomenal look.
Oh, I love it.
Retweet it.
I think, yes, I can retweet it. Give me a second here. And Gator, it's retweeted.
All they got to do now is just make the Gruff's Party bigger on those. Roll with the state ones. You got the white lids. You got the green lids. Eventually, they'll get their brain working and do a black helmet, and then we're good. Then we're basically Oregon of the mitten.
So they finally dropped that script state helmet.
They have a white helmet with script state.
It's about time you guys saw that. I can now tell you, yes, please.
Listen to this guy. What a
piece of garbage.
This is my design. Finally got out.
No, not my design, but they were like, it was kind of one of those.
What do we got to do?
Like, I was like, what is this? It was like, yeah, you can't tell anybody you just saw that.
So. What do you think of it?
I like it.
I think it's fantastic.
I wanted to see the uniform because they had a uniform that went with that helmet.
No. Don't want that. We've already seen state on the jersey once.
No. It's not the big state. I don't know if it's more of these script. It's not that state. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's fine, Rico.
Stephen Barry's jersey, yeah.
That was tough. That was tough, man.
That was a clearance.
It's just whatever recruits want. I was about to say, here's the funny thing. When they want to take those recruiting pictures and their photos, they want to put on the state jersey.
Right. That looked like the one you see in the gas station, like the knockoff.
The pilot truck stop edition.
Yeah, it's the one that you wanted for Christmas, and your mom bought you that one.
Yep.
It says state.
Thanks. But Johnny's got the authentic. Well, you've got neon.
Right.
Anyway, it's great.
To me, it's if the kids like it, that's all that matters.
Well, here's the thing, Mike. I can't confirm or deny, or it may be another type of helmet in the mix for the fall. It needs to be a black one. It's got to be a black one.
I designed another one too.
I didn't design that.
No, we just need, for when we finally play a night game again, just a completely murdered out Texas Tech jersey, black on black on black on black on black, with just the state logo green.
Why do you think I go to these basketball? I just hang out with Tucker and talk about
guys design jerseys.
And then D'Antonio showed up.
Cops should have escorted him out.
Gentlemen, have a great show. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, everybody. Treat each other with respect. So long. 97.1.
Attention Michigan, do you really want a new car? But your credit's not so good. But you still owe money on your trade. But you can't afford a large down payment. It's time to bring your butt to the Lundyland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We'll give you up to 125% of Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-ins or the purchase of a new vehicle. That's right, 125% of KBB for your trade. Got bad credit? Don't sweat it. Our lenders get it. If you have $500 down and you make at least $2,000 a month, Lalonde's lenient lenders can get you approved. So if you really want a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, but your credit's not so good, but you still owe money on your trade, but you still can't afford a large down payment, it's time to bring your butt to Lalondeland Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram today in beautiful Inlay City, Michigan. Call 810-724-0444 or click LaLondeChrysler.com. That's trade for the purchase of select models, trade balance, and new loan. Subject to lender approval. Expires months end.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/news. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'm a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts.
That's going to be $180. Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. It's so heavy. Oh my God.
Or D, just roll with it.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
When big things happen in Detroit sports, you hear it first on Detroit's #1 sports station,
97.1 The Ticket. Breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Vans. Find out how far an extra mile really goes. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike C Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
This update is driven by Southfield, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Today, a much-deserved off day for Michigan State after the Spartans defeated a pair of top 5 teams, Ohio State and Illinois, in a span of just 72 hours. While many, especially Spartans fans, are pretty excited about those upset wins, Michigan State's Aaron Henry is keeping those victories in perspective.
I like to say, don't applaud the fish for swimming. Fish swim all day. Spartans have won before. We have won before. And, we have to continue to do that and take it one day at a time.
The Spartans are off until Sunday when they'll head to Maryland for a game against the Terrapins. It's back to work tonight for the Pistons as they take on the Sacramento Kings at Little Caesars Arena. Both of these teams have really struggled of late. The Pistons have lost 4 of the last 5, while the Kings have dropped 9 in a row. Our coverage begins at 7:35. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Radio.com.
I'm mad at everything. Hey. Like I'm born a hater, like myself. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else. Hey. I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. Mark-ass marks. Trick-ass marks.
Well, welcome in on a Friday. Now, we are going to get to what was a banner night in the state for sports. I know, I can't believe it, right? I mean, we are Suck City, but I don't know, man. I'm going to ask Rico a critical question here at 3 o'clock. It involves Michigan, and there's a lesser extent, a junior varsity issue with Michigan State. We'll get to it. I want to do it at 3, though. Some other things I want to get to start the show. One, I need to understand something. And then I want to put a sports issue to bed. We'll get a blitz. We'll go on the board where it felt nice back-to-back nights to just be spot on with a couple of games and then save my guys and really, in essence, save the people of Detroit from lighting their money on fire with something else. But we'll get to that later on. Rico, I have something here, and I want you to participate because it's not just a wife thing. It's a girlfriend thing, a spouse thing, a whatever it is thing. I just need to ask you guys, and Rico, you in specific, because I think you have a patience level that David does not have. Roberto doesn't qualify because I don't even know if he speaks to his wife at this point.
Well, maybe he speaks to her. She doesn't speak to him.
Well, either way, have you guys experienced this where you begin to tell your wife something serious, and in the middle of a sentence, she deadpans with something that has nothing to do with the conversation? I mean, like, I'm not going to go into the weeds on this, but it wasn't like anyone was dying, but I was telling her something serious, and in the middle of it, she goes, oh, by the way, we need aluminum foil. I went, wait. I go, did you miss the previous 3 sentences? She goes, what? I go, okay, we'll talk about it later. And then I'm a ball breaker. So she goes, no, just tell me. I go, nah, that's all right. I'll tell you everything. So, like, I've been doing it to her for the last hour. Like, I'll tell you later. I'm not, like, hyper bent out of shape about it, but it was something that if I did it to her, it'd be like an international incident. Oh, men, you don't listen.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to me. You don't care about what I care about.
Well, I don't get that. Now, my God, that's a little melodramatic. I'm just saying, it's like, Rico, it was the middle of the sentence. I was 3 sentences deep. Hey, by the way, we need aluminum foil. I go,
let me
I'm looking at the dogs like, are you talking to them? Do they have a shopping list out?
She had no clue you were even talking because she had already zoned out, and in her mind, oh yeah, I forgot we need aluminum foil. You just happened to be talking in the middle of something. You could have been telling her, what the cure for the vaccine is. She wasn't listening.
3 sentences deep.
Right. She wasn't. It's the best way I can describe it is if when she talks to you and you're deep in thought about some show stuff, or you're deep in thought about what the heck your Giants are going to do in the NFL draft. And then you're like, hey, you know what? What do you want for dinner? And she's like, really? I just sat here and poured my soul out to you. Who does that? But see, women are so cool. Situation. No, women are so cool. They just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, we will start apologizing and, oh, no, what? No, but, yeah, you know, they're just like, yeah, I wasn't listening to you. I'm sure it wasn't that important. So if you want to repeat it, you go right ahead. Yeah, I just wondered with you guys.
I can top that.
Your wife spoke to you?
Yeah. Here, I'll read the text to you. You ready?
Now, is this one to you, or did she send it to her boyfriend?
Maybe. Well, it didn't have anything to do with me, so maybe it was a mistake. So listen to this. I get a text yesterday right before the show starts, and it says, I can't believe that you are such a P word that you didn't tell me that you cracked the bumper of my car. And I think about it for a second. I like to have a few libations at night, but I'm not driving around. I'm thinking about it. I go, what the hell are you talking about? I don't touch your car. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Can we revisit the rather colorful adjective she used to describe you? I was just thinking about I have a few libations before I go driving around.
No!
Did I hear that too?
When you get home from work.
Okay, I thought it went the other way around. Like, no. Roberto, that type of language is how she speaks to you?
Yeah, that's not even that bad.
It's not that bad. What? Oh my God. Once again, Roberto sucks the oxygen out the room.
But I don't...
Yeah, this was like
I don't understand about, like, you know... How could someone do that and not, you know... Why would I not say something? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, it's almost like when I texted you last night, you don't remember getting it. Would it be just like that? When I texted you with a specific song I wanted you to make for today, and your response to David is, I have to check my texts? Would it be like that?
Can you just make it before 9 p.m.?
Roberto, you just threw a softball to Mike. Why did you do that? That was easier than the Foster lawyer riding in the Fountain of Youth Stakes at Gulfstream Park tomorrow that Rico served up. I mean, Roberto, wow. Dude, honestly, we were having fun. I can't have fun with that. Like, if that's how you and your wife are speaking to each other, I gotta be honest. I just need to pull the plug.
So
I can't.
Who damaged the car? We don't know.
Did the kids drive it?
I don't know. But here's another thing, too. The only time I would have driven, I took the kids to school yesterday morning, and so there's no way I could have done anything like that, because the kids would totally rat me out. They'd rat me out in 2 seconds.
Can we get back to the part of the way she spoke to you? Or am I the only one in the room who is massively stunned that is somehow the general discourse?
No, I'm not stunned, Mike. Your wife's never called you that?
Never.
I just kind of assumed that... What would happen? What would happen if they did?
It would be over, right? Divorce court.
I
would think someone took her phone. It's just not her. It's just not how we speak to each other. I mean, even in the occasion where things get heated, that type of language is never brought out.